creepy crawlers. Hi, this is Georgina Sagana Chavez again, and today we're gonna be talking about parasites. Again, I'm an internal medicine physician, I specialize in chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, cancer removal, cancer support, cancer prevention, also, diabetes, thyroid, infertility, and more. All right, that's enough about me. Now we're gonna talk about the great team that we're gonna talk, and I love talking about these parasites because it's gross, and most people they go like, eh. All right. So why parasites and why it's so important? Most people think that we don't have parasites anymore. Well, I'm gonna tell you why you probably have parasites. Do you own a pet? Probably you have parasites. Did you ever been to a swimming pool? Public swimming pool? Probably you have parasites. Did you ever been to a lake? To a river? Probably you have a parasite. Did you ever been hiking? Did you been to other countries? Well, most likely you do have parasites. And according to Dr. Tad, 76% of the population, they have parasites. And he's very well known about parasites, okay? So, maybe you do have parasites, all right? And it's a good chance that you do. Now, even if you do a test, a lab test, stool test, blood test, or whatever, sometimes they come back negative. But you still have parasites. Because sometimes parasites are hidden very good for lab tests and also from the muscles. Yes. So if you have parasites, you probably have to remove it. Why do you need to remove parasites? Because parasites are very bad for you and your health. First of all, those little, small, tiny little bit of animals, they're ugly, but also they eating your nutrients. They are very bad for you. All right, they're eating your nutrients, and also they have waste product, and those are toxins inside your body. Now, I have seen all kind of parasites, and I can tell you the parasites is something that's serious. For instance, I have a patient a few years ago, 10 years ago, something like that, very young guy. He had tinea solium. What happened? They were a very young couple. He was about 24 years old, something like that. He went to buy some food. He went to walking. He was close to the store. He decided to go walking for like 2 blocks away. And then when he came back, he got disoriented and he was not able to come back home. He didn't even know his name. He didn't know who he was, where he lives, nothing. He was run around the area wandering, eating food from the garbage and just sleeping anywhere, because he didn't know what to do. He just got like all his memories, everything got erased out of the sudden. Well, 2 weeks later, his wife taken to the emergency room. He went into the hospital and stayed there for like 3-4 weeks. They discovered that he had the eggs of the tinea solium in the brain. And that's very common though, all right? So I don't know if you know the tinea solium, it's very difficult to get rid of it because in the head, it has like needles. And the needles, they go inside the lining of the stomach, and it's very difficult to get rid of it because of that reason. Now, the tail can grow up to 20 meters, okay, not feet, meters. Now, a lot of the people that they have tinea solium, they reported that sometimes from time to time they feel a little itch in the butt, and they have a little like spaghetti-like tissue coming out of the butt. And it's very frequently they hear that, all right? So that's tinea solium. It's very common when people eat pork for whatever reason, because in pork it used to be very common, the eggs, you can get the eggs in the muscles of the pork. All right. So enough about Taenia soleum. Now, what I tried to tell you, that parasite can cause you something really serious. Now, a lot of people, they have cancer, they believe they have something to do with parasites as well, because the toxins that the waste product of the parasites. So if you have like cancer or chronic disease, it's a very good idea that you remove parasites. Even if you don't have parasites to do a treatment, because like I say, lab tests can be deceiving, and sometimes they can say, no, you don't have parasites, and then you do have parasites. I have seen over and over and over, and I know that a doctor always see parasites people for years and years and years. He say the same thing. So it's not just one case, it's isolated case. It's very frequent to get that negative lab test and have a lot of parasites. Now, parasites, they can hidden even in the muscles. They can be, I heard people in the phlegm, they can go ahead and spell some parasites, but the most common is the stool. Most people, when you give them parasites removal thing, they report something in the stool. Most of the time is dead with some stuff they give them, but sometimes it can be alive. For instance, when I was 6 years old, they gave me a remedy, a natural remedy, and I used to have a lot of roundworms, and I expelled it out of my nose, my mouth, and my butt at the same time. And to be honest with you, that was a lot of animals, all right? So you can do that. For instance, the roundworm is very easy to get rid of it. Like I said, the Taenia soleum is very difficult to get rid of it. But it's also other parasites that they are single cell, like amoeba. I can go on and on. It's many parasites. Now, what I do with my patients normally, I try 3 different things. I give them a treatment for all of it. They has the full spectrum, but it's natural and it works very good. Now, one of the things that you have to do is always check for these symptoms, all right? Itchy nose, itchy butt, grinding of the teeth, sometimes discomfort after you eating. Those are very typical parasite symptoms. Or when you have sometimes diarrhea, sometimes really hard stool, when you have more stomach discomfort after you eating, that's very typical. So if you have any of these symptoms, try it removing parasites. Now, if you have a chronic disease, I will think that you don't have no choice besides removing parasites for good. All right, and I can tell you that you're gonna be pleased with what you're getting, and you're gonna feel relief afterwards. All right, so if you have any questions or you have any comments, please send it to me. And I really believe that you deserve good health, and I always do in these videos, hopefully it can reach to you and it can give you a little light in the end of the tunnel. I know that many times people feel like they don't have no hope, that this is it, I gotta be taking medication for the rest of my life, or I have to be living this way the rest of my life. And I can tell you for a fact it's not, because your body is an amazing machine. They can heal, they can rejuvenate, it can regenerate, and it can do magical stuff. All right, so if I were you, would try it somewhere else. If a doctor told you that that's gonna be it, don't listen to them, because that's what it was with my son. My son was at 8.5 years in chemotherapy, and I can tell you for a fact that I didn't settle for that. And my son is here, he's 24 years old, and he's not taking medication. All right, so please take care of yourself, enjoy life, and also serve to the world. All right, thank you very much. Until next time, this is Georgina Sagaro Chavez. Bye-bye.